This is the morning program with Liam Bartlett.
"26 minutes to 11, almost 20 degrees in the city, looking for that top today of 21. Give us a ring. 133 882 is our talkback number. We'd love to hear from you on this public holiday Monday here in Western Australia. I specifically want to sort of go back in time a little bit here. It's a bit nostalgic. You'll only hear the big stories here on the morning program, I've got to say, and nothing is much bigger than this, because Peter's Ice Cream has decided that it's going to bring out a new Twinpole. Now, this is big. This is nostalgia at its best. They are asking the question this morning, if you remember spiders. Do you remember spiders? Those sort of fizzy, creamy sodas, for want of a better expression. It's a little bit American, but you know the one. Well, they reckon they've wrapped this up in a thing called the Twinpole Blue Raspberry Spider. Now, you might recall there's quite a story behind the whole Twinpole resurgence, because Peter's decided to discontinue that ice cream, which was a disgraceful decision. Should have been a royal commission into that. But for something like 12 years, the public was denied the luxury of a simple Twinpole. And Neil Hancock, who was a self-described Twinpole superfan, basically campaigned, I use that word campaign loosely, some people would call it stalking, but Neil besieged Peters to the point where they brought the Twinpole back, put it back on shelves in October last year, so we do have Neil to thank for that. Now, the good news is today, Neil has been one of the first in Australia to try the new flavour. How are you this morning, Neil?
Good morning, Liam. How are you doing?
Mate, you are the new sort of super salesman for Peters. Let's face it, I hope you're on commission.
Yeah, they're only paying me in Twinpoles, unfortunately.
Do you still have that original Twinpole in the freezer?
Yeah, I do. And since we last spoke, it's been just an amazing journey. See, not only was there a sign in town, and then they put this ridiculously huge billboard up for 6 months at the Perth airport saying, "Neil, thank you, it's back."
Yes.
But then they delivered a personalised freezer to my work Portacom in West Perth. And I've been able to share Twinpoles with everybody that's come in the door for the last year. It's been fantastic.
I should be calling you Your Excellency. I mean, you are the Twinpole ambassador.
It's been a wild ride. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Like, I just couldn't imagine that original Twinpole ever melting. I mean, you'd be beside yourself.
Oh, it was horrific. When you had you're going for that last bite, you're probably on your bicycle or you're walking down the pavement in a hot summer, and you go to eat it and the thing falls on the floor and you have this childhood trauma of the Twinpole. It was such an unforgettable memory. And I used to have a Twinpole every time I played squash, so it was terrible when it was taken off the market after being in WA for at least 40 years.
Yeah, there must have been a time, probably multiple times, where certain people at Peters mentioned your name in the corridors in hushed tones, in a derisive way. Is that Neil Hancock on the phone? Someone tell him we're not home.
No, it was. I was thinking it was falling on deaf ears, but I continued to pressure them, and I wasn't the only one. There were other people on the page that thought they'd take up the mantle as well. But we all sort of collectively through the Facebook page kept encouraging Peters to bring it back. There was all sorts of stories and lovely stories at that too. People were writing to thank me. You brought my daughter back to me because this memory has kept our relationship alive. That type of thing. It's been a real treat.
So this new one, this Twinpole Blue Raspberry Spider. Am I right in thinking they've shipped one of these across from the eastern states on dry ice, especially so you could try it?
Yes, they did. It was quite the surprise. I had a feeling something was coming, but it was certainly not what I imagined. But it brought back instant memories. There was a product that Peters produced in the same mould back in, I think it was 79, called the Smurfy, and this product has been inspired by that product. The twist here is that one side is ice cream, the other side is sort of a sorbet, So you've got the ice on one side and you've got the ice cream on the other, put in your mouth together and you get a spider.
Oh, goodness me. A sorbet, that's pretty upmarket. I mean, that's not the Twinpole I remember when I was a kid. Wouldn't have been able to pronounce sorbet.
My daughter tried it and she thought it was fabulous. My father, who's in his 80s, actually had a sample and he thought it was fantastic too. So it does span the generations.
And what's your official review then?
My official review is it is delicious. It is an unusual flavour in that I've never had a situation, apart from having a spider, where you can get the ice treat and the ice cream combined.
That's incredible. I've got to say,
it's a bit hard if you have to share that, of course.
Well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. But can I just say, I went through the fine print on this because I thought, this is sounding like just a massive plug. But I did get to the bit on the bottom where it says recommended retail price, $7.50.
Not per item. It's for 8.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, thank goodness for that. Well, I just about had a heart attack when I saw that.
No, it's you get 8 in a box.
Oh, okay. Well,
and they ship the box to me, so that's what made it wonderful.
Oh, I'll climb down a bit. I was just thinking, hang on a minute. I know inflation's bad at the moment, but that just about gave me a heart stopper.
No, they're actually really good value, and a lot of the supermarkets have even bigger discounts than that on at the time. So
that's amazing.
They've been. And then seriously, the Facebook page that I created, the group Bring Back the Twinpole, that's just grown and grown and grown. People have been taking pictures all over Australia, holding a twinpole. I took great delight in actually taking an esky to Rottnest and taking pictures with quokkas and twinpoles. It was a lot of fun. That was in summer last year.
This has really grown a life of its own, It even had an embargo on this story.
Yeah, well, I don't want anyone to know till today.
I'll tell you what, when my CV, it's going to be right up the top there, interviewing Twinpole royalty like yourself, Neil. One of my career highlights.
Well, I'm so glad.
Listen, if you had to campaign for one more thing, say someone said to you, "Gee, Neil, you've had a fantastic success with this. Can you apply the same formula to something else out of the 70s or 80s that's been discontinued that you want brought back? What would it be?"
I have thought of that. If I had to say anything, it probably would be the freezer in the Tetra Pak.
Oh, yes.
Remember the one that was only used for hand-to-hand combat?
Yes.
You'd gnaw on it for hours and it would still be there.
The green or the red one?
Correct.
Yeah. Which one, though?
Oh, the red.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm totally with you, Neil. Totally with you. So the green Tetra. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. What about...
So that's just in a wish list. We've had all sorts of things. People have thought, okay, if I can bring this back, you can bring it back anything you like. But it's like, that was 12 years of hard slog, and it wasn't easy.
Oh, mate. You've got Twinpole PTSD. There's no doubt about that. I got excited, I must admit, a couple of years ago. I got excited when they said they were going to bring back the polywaffle.
Yeah, I thought that was this year, but it's COVID got in the way, apparently.
Correct. So it's had a 2-year delay, but they assure me it is still on the books and it's coming. So I'm waiting.
Yeah, well, that will be an exciting time as well.
But your idea,
nostalgia is a big thing at the moment. People in these difficult times, everyone's going through all sorts of challenges, and certainly things of the past, a simpler time. People really do prefer to remember that, and if they see things taken away, these are some of the foundations of their life in a lot of ways.
Yeah. No.
Memories like this.
Oh, dead right. Yeah, dead right. Neil, I'm with you. I'm hearing you. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Neil, and good to talk to you.
No, my pleasure. And who knows, we might be talking again next year.
Oh, the Tetra Pak. That's a great idea. Neil Hancock there, Twinpole's super fan. Brought back the Twinpole and was just giving the express pack on dry ice from the eastern states to try the new one. What's it called? The Twinpole Blue Raspberry Spider. 17 minutes to 11. What would you bring back if you could do a Neil Hancock and you were successful in convincing a company to do that? What would it be? 133 882 is our talkback number. Let's go back to the phones this morning. Hello, Kate. How are you going?
Hi, the Twinpole story has just brought back so many memories. But I saw the Twinpoles in my IGA, I don't know, probably about 9 months ago.
Yeah.
And I saw the original ones and I was like, yep, that's it. Next to them were these ones that were cookies and cream, chocolate and vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla on one side, chocolate on the other. That doesn't fly. How do you share that?
Yeah, that's... How, could you snap them easily, I wonder?
Both ones, well, they're ice cream, so it's sort of wrong. But the original Icy Pole, which they did bring back, that's brilliant.
Yes.
But get this. I mean, you remember in the 70s, they were like probably about 10 cents for a Twinpole.
Yeah,
and my brother and I used to get one to share after swimming lessons, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
And one time we asked our grandma for one. Now, our mum was a single supporting mother. Our grandmother lived in Peppermint Grove and had lots of staff, etc.
Yeah.
My grandma told us she wouldn't be buying us a Twinpole because she was too poor.
No.
Yep.
Well...
Never forgotten it. So my brother and I, when we found these Twinpoles in the supermarket recently, we were just so excited. And it's like, I'm having a whole one to myself because I can afford it.
That would have scarred you for life. Although...
Well, I'm in my 50s and I still remember it.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say, though, but I mean, Twinpole was the sort of Rolls Royce, wasn't it? I don't think we could afford Twinpoles. I think we went for the Ducky Double instead. Wasn't the Ducky Double as sort of the lower rent? And then there was the Humphrey Bear Bar. Do you remember the Humphrey Bar?
Oh, the Humphrey Bar was really, really good. And there was a Coles brand sort of banana. Before a banana paddle pop, it was a Coles brand banana ice cream that was just delicious.
God, now you're going back. Oh, I can't remember that one. Well, I seem to recall the Ducky Double was the sort of lower rent one, but I might be completely wrong on that. Good story, though, Kate. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate the call. Hello, Adam. How you going?
G'day, Liam. Neil will need a bronze statue somewhere in town. So if you could look into that, it'd be great.
Yeah.